Just to prove you've been.
We're just getting the. We'll have a look. Go through in a minute into the shed. We'll have a look at the train in a second, but just to start off, I don't know how. I'm sure you're all familiar with the project, but we're more or less there with it, and at the moment we've just been in the last few days just doing lot more testing with it, running it out, just checking timings, because at the moment we're finding big time differences in the, due to weather. One weekend it was 2 minutes quicker over the space of a weekend. So just trying to fine tune that. At the moment we're looking at this permanent magnet brake in the station is there purely to slow the train down. So the brakeman still, so there's a lot of kind of rumour out there the brakeman's doing nothing. That's absolutely not. The brakeman still will be stopping the train in the station, and on certain days we'll need to apply the brake at certain points on the track to reduce that, just to trim that speed down. And there are trim brakes on the track as well, permanent magnet braking, so it's not actually touching the car, but the brakeman will still need to do a bit of work out there. Coming around to Lift Hill 2, for instance, it does tend to overspeed slightly, so we're just trimming it down. So the brakeman will be, still a very important part to the ride, and say they stop it in the station and move it to the load position. So we're currently in the unload section. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. thumbs up.
No,
No, always hold on to the bar in front.
health and safety.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Here she comes. Did you enjoy that, Cindy?